but they don't produce anything. They don't make anything. They're just resellers, for fuck's sake. And we're paying this huge overhead to have stuff resold to us. This isn't socially productive. These people haven't earned anything but fucking spit. We should be spitting on these fuckers. So he totally ignores the fact that most of the wealth held in America is held by people who inherited it. They never did a day's work in their fucking life. And he implies that somebody's smart enough to figure that out and say, that doesn't seem quite right. It doesn't seem quite fair to have this biggest game in the world, the game of survival and privilege. And we're going to make this game, unlike the Olympics or baseball or soccer, you don't have to earn it. You just inherit it. And we, people who draw that conclusion, he's going to say, we're just envious. We want to just steal from the rich and be lazy. No, we want fairness. We want the people who actually do the work, who actually create the productivity, to be rewarded for doing that, not some asshole who inherited a big pile of money. So again, he has no concession that some people are born with trust funds that have maybe, $100,000 or maybe $1 million in them. And we all know, anybody who has a brain and can calculate, that even a small amount of money like that under compound interest over the last 40 years could make you very rich. And then even if you just bought 5 or 6 stocks in the stock market, just diversify, that you couldn't help but make 10% a year. You couldn't help it. You just bought a hunk of, daddy gives you a bunch of New York real estate. Donald Trump, if he didn't do all his little chicanery, would have been a richer man if he just took daddy's money and collected rent and watched his real estate prices go up. He would have been richer if he did nothing at all. That's the truth. And that's the truth of our economy. The top 1% aren't Bezos and Gates and whoever. No, they're the people who inherited it. They never earned it. And again, none of these people earned anything but our fucking contempt, these billionaires. They squandered trillions of dollars on nonsense, and they finance an economy that says the only business that's going to be successful is one that's full of small print, chicanery, and bullshit. You anti-civilizationalist. You don't want civilization. You want fucking worms being whipped by a bunch of fucking maggots who inherit the whip. Fuck you. And so they figured out, the monetary system figured out that, hey, wait a minute, deficit spending is really cool because the money goes right into the stock market. Every bit of debt that the United States of America has incurred in the last 40 years has gone directly into the stock market. That's why the stock market has gone up. That's the new money that went into the stock market. It isn't new money, it's new debt. So debt makes the rich richer. Duh! Yeah, that's what they have, and that's what we see in our society. We see them squander money on F-15s. They fly under our bridges and all kinds of nonsense projects and 17 homes and underground things and all kinds of crap that they've squandered tons of money on. And the rich have us all working, cutting their grass and manicuring their toenails and doing all this other shit to make us into a servant economy. This isn't a service economy. It's a servant economy. We're just slaves to the little trickle down. And this is the joke of, stupid fucking Holiday talking about trade balances. Trade balances don't mean anything. The United States of America, if it was a real economy, if it wasn't just rich people that are running the whole fucking system, and slaves working for the rich, then it would matter that we had a trade deficit. But the key is it doesn't matter because the rich are the ones who initially invested in China. So the trade deficit meant they got richer. They're the ones selling the Chinese products. The Chinese products don't say chinka chinka chinka, product. It doesn't say Chinaman Incorporated on it. It says Sanyo or, LG, whatever that stupid life is good bullshit or something. It says some bullshit like that. The companies aren't owned by the Chinese. They're owned by the Americans. The American companies are the ones making the money selling the Chinese goods to us. They're making money on the trade deficit. They're getting richer. And so the rich get richer on the trade deficit. It's not a real economy. and the workers get poorer and mistreated and more abused, and this asshole thinks it's a good system. This fucking piece of shit doesn't have the imagination to say we could do a hell of a lot better than this. A hell of a lot. And the most obscene thing we don't need is these fucking liability of these rich cunts, you know, squandering trillions of dollars. Everybody, again, uses this word, everybody's just rushing to buy stock. Oh yeah, that's right. No, they're not. It's rich people looking for a cut. Not the poor, not the middle little guy. They're looking for a fair deal. That's what they're looking for. Getting compensated for working for a living instead of being a fucking, you know, daddy did it for me. Daddy did the work for me. Again, this has nothing to do with fault. It has to do with people having a rational brain and saying there's some kind of unfairness here. It's kind of ludicrous to give control of our civilization, our economy, the kind of businesses that we'll have to be able to choose from, give all that control to these selfish, greedy cunts of the 1% who are not thinking about civilization, don't give a shit about fairness. They just care about themselves and acquiring more control and wealth. Yeah, that's really dumb. Inheritance is the obscenity. How many times it has to be said right to your fucking face? Inheritance is the obscenity. Wealth without fucking product. Getting rewarded without producing. That's the obscenity. Uneven rewards and punishments. That's the obscenity. Hypocrisy, duplicity. That's the fucking obscenity. Pretending that there isn't such a thing as compound interest, and that it makes a huge difference whether you have to work 90 years to make a little savings money for your retirement, or whether you have it on your 18th birthday, somebody just drops 100 grand in your pocket. Yeah, huge difference, because guess what? That 100 grand in the bank for 10 years is $1 million, asshole, and you know that. The 90% of people who own stock who never worked a day in their life, that's the truth. What percentage do you think it is, Mystic? How much do you think the money in the stock market is held by somebody who actually went to work? How much? What percentage, Mystic? Do you have a number? What's your unrealistic perception of who really owns the stock market? Who the fuck? Do you think the fucking the Shah of whatever, Saudi Arabia, whatever he's called, the despot family versus the other despot family? You think these assholes did anything to earn it? Asshole? No, they didn't do shit to earn it. Rich people are scum. I mean, just motherfucking scum. If you can live on planet Earth and have billions of dollars of resources and you waste it on F-15 so you can fly it under the Golden Gate Bridge, yeah, you're a colossal motherfucking asshole if you can't find a better way to spend your money on this motherfucking planet. Coming up with some reselling racket, some fucking Facebook bullshit. All this ad crap, all this fucking overhead that just makes our life more expensive. Every fucking thing on this planet is way overpriced because most of you jackasses are in some douchebag job where you're not making the damn thing. You're just doing this promotion crap, and who can out promote, and I can make talking scissors in our commercial, and I can have a lizard sell this shit, and I can do this. I mean, it's all fucking marketing crap. Oh, bad for the poor people, blah, 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 blah. I mean, he's just such a trivializing asshole. I mean, this has been going on for 40 years. It started with fucking Reagan, essentially. Let's just make the rich richer. Let's make the rich richer. Somehow that'll make life better on planet Earth. And how has that worked out? Oh, that's right, it hasn't. Everybody's in debt, and all these people who think they own something, you don't own shit. Because guess what? You owe in debt to the rich hundreds of thousands of dollars through all of this bullshit deficit spending, which was their plan right from the start. Yeah, it's somehow shit to realize, wow, it's really dumb for us to be slaves to a tiny minority. be slaves to the culture they wish to create, the slimy, scuzzy lie culture, the culture of small print, evasions, irresponsibility, presidents who won't even let us see their tax return, little weaselly, hiding, conniving thieves. We should give our world over to these bankers, these fucking crooks with their gimmicks and their lies. It seems wrong, not about other people going short. It seems wrong that the people who are actually productive, who they actually sacrifice their comfort and pleasure to drag themselves to these menial and horrible jobs, are the ones that you pretend don't even exist. You just keep talking like there's poor people. No, there's underpaid people. That's the real problem. There's people who aren't getting what they deserve for the sacrifices they make for our civilization. And they're not getting it because these rich cunts are stealing it all. As they pay for everything out of the money they stole from you. That's simple. Bill Gates stole billions of dollars from every single computer user because he had a stupid piece of paper saying, I get to copyright the round wheel. And every time you make a wagon that has wheels on it, I get a cut. And you're not even allowed to make one without a Bill Gates Foundation under it. And when I feel like it, I can do anything I want to the standards, and all of a sudden the bumper sizes can be different, and the whole standards have to be different, and I can throw your wagon right off the road. Fuck you. This planet is just covered with stupid fuckers.